Hi everybody, my name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio. I have so much I'm trying to get done this week. I think today's Wednesday. It is Wednesday. I've kind of lost track of the week. I'm not going, well, I'm going to go to the post office and to the grocery store today. I know you're jealous. But I'm not going, like, I often get together one day a week with my girlfriends as business, not doing anything. So, you know, it's easy to lose track of time when you don't leave the house. But it's taxes and new catalog week. Monday, I didn't do anything with new taxes, and I got so much new stuff, and I want to try to show it all to you. But I also have to show you some regular things too. So today I'm going to tie in Card Club with the new catalog thing. So those of you in Card Club, you'll really like what I'm going to show you, because in May, if you like the alternate, then you'll be able to add it or get it and use your April Card Club. You'll be able to remake it. So let me just show you a couple of things, and then we'll do the cards super fast. Card Club cards tend to be on the quick side. So this week is preview week, and then next week I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you things from the spring catalog, the January to June, because there's lots of spring stuff in there that I haven't used yet. And some of those will be my camp projects for my in-person event that I have coming up later this month. So I am going to go back to it. And then the following week, when this is almost ready for you to purchase from, I'll go back to this again. These are supposed to be at my house tomorrow. So those of you that purchased in March from me, that your batch goes out first, so they'll be in the mail by the weekend. And so in the midst of all of this stuff, hanging glove and everything, got that to do. So if you need a copy of the new catalog, let me know. If you're in the US and you don't have a demonstrator sending you one, I would be happy to send you one. I just need your name and address. So this, I think it starts May 3rd. I keep saying the start of May because I'm not 100% sure of the date. I know it's not May 1st. I think it's May 3rd. I'll check. It's never the first day of May. And then my gifts with purchase this month, I made it super easy. Normally I have 4 categories and they accumulate. So the more you buy from me, like, I add it all up at the end of the month. So if you buy something at the beginning and you're like, oh yeah, I need that, and something else goes on sale, or you see another project and you want to add it, I add it all up. So like if you spend $125, then you get all of the gifts that add up to that. So for $50 this month, you get a bone folder. And then my husband drills the holes, and my girlfriend makes these fabulous handmade charms. So you'll get a bone folder with a charm. And at $50 this month, you also get the supplies to make my first VIP video. And then I think it's $150. It's in my email. It's on my blog. You get the Under the Weather project kit, which this is not. They're all, I have a bunch of them coming today. And you get the supplies for the second VIP video. No matter what you spend, you always get both the videos for the projects. But this month at $150, you get both the project supplies as well. Then the things that I have posted so far, I've done all the new colors. So you can go watch this video if you're interested in seeing the new colors. And the number one question that I'd had so far was how close Parakeet Party is to Granny Apple Green, and you can see not close at all. So you're going to have both colors. In fact, I'm going to use a splash of Parakeet Party on today's card, even though it's not in the paper that you're getting for club. And then here's 2 of the cards that I have made so far. This one uses super beautiful. Sometimes when I show them in a different light, then you can see it, because this paper is fabulous. And so as I unboxed, I always pick the thing that has most intrigued me. And so this was the first thing I made. And then this one I made just because she's happy. She's a happy, happy little stamp. Oh yeah, I think this way maybe you're going to be able to see the glitter on it a little bit more. So what's my card club? Because the next video will be all about Try It class, and I'm going to try to get it open before the end of the week, the registration for it, and that will fill. So if you want to do Try It, you'll need to get registered for that not long after I open it. My card club is a subscription service. So you sign up with PayPal subscriptions, and once you sign up, then you're good. So every month it comes to you. You don't have to re-sign up every month. It just comes to you. It's kind of like if you're in Paper Pumpkin, it's similar to that. I use PayPal because it's safe, secure. They do all the work for both of us. And so you just sign up. You do not have to have a PayPal account. they'll take whatever form of payment you want. And of course, PayPal's super safe. It's one of the safest banks. And every month you get paper. Often it's a half a pack, and it's usually split. This month they're getting the flowering fields. It's usually cut this way. Last month they got 2 papers because we did the waves. And so they got the waves foil and the waves designer series paper. And then you almost always get a full spool of ribbon. This month they're getting the evergreen window pane check ribbon. And then most months you get a full package of embellishments. And this month they're getting the polished dots. And then they get the supplies to make 6 projects, 6 cards, and it's 2 of each. So we do three projects. You can all the public gets to see the first one. It's always on my public channel, and then the other 2 are just for people in the club. And then they can choose whether or not they want to make all 6 of those, and they get envelopes as well, or if they want to just make 1 of each, because then we Zoom and I give them alternates. I always give them an alternate. I'm going to give them an alternate now, because that way if they don't want the set that I chose, they can wait and see the alternate. We have a standing alternate set, which is color and contour. So every month I do at least 1 sample with color and contour, and then we Zoom together every couple of months and I do a mishmash. So I will take this paper and I'll reach back into maybe January stamp set and January's embellishments, and I mix it up because I know what they have. And then every 6 months that you're in the club, that 7th month, they get a loyalty reward. And there's a whole bunch of them getting it this month. So I have a stack of bags and fun things. I'm not going to say what they're getting, but they get a fun thing. So this is the card so far, that this is their first project. The ink colors are often based, obviously, on what's in the paper. So this one I did heat emboss, but they don't have to if they don't want to. So obviously they have the pear cardstock, and then they cut their designer series paper. I always tell them what size. And then there's their ribbon, and then they'll get the vellum. And it will be a 1/4 sheet of vellum, and then they can trim it down. That way if they're using an alternate card set. And so this month they kind of add on the flowering tulips. And as a perk of Card Club, when they add on that month's set, I pick up the shipping, handling, and tax. So it's just catalog cost. So that's another perk. And you do not have to have a die cut machine to be in Card Club. Anything that's die cut that we use on the cards, I was going to say I run it through for you, but that's not true. My husband does it. So if we use, this month, if we use the tulips in this, because most of the time the sets I pick don't have die cuts, although there's some really good sets that have die cuts. So this one, you don't have to have the die cuts. Like, you can stamp with this. This didn't need a die cut, but we are going to use some of the tulips, so they'll run through. But if they want to buy the bundle, if they have a die cut machine, then they can also pick that up, and I pick up the shipping, handling, and tax. So that's a perk as well. So I am going to show you an alternate using something new, because I had to tie it into my new. So I'm going to use Bottled Happiness, which is another little fun punch thing. So let me aim my camera down. For this card, they have the pear background. So they would get, this is what would be in their packet. So they would have enough to make 2 of these. So let's fold this pear in half. Now this one doesn't have a ton of supplies, because I know the other 2 cards we're going to use the die cuts. And so my husband gets kind of grumpy if I give them lots and lots of projects with die cuts. So the other 2 will have die cuts. This is just an alternate. So on this one, you can see we use this piece of paper here. And so they can pick whichever one they want. I don't have a half a pack of cardstock here, but like, you have all these different ones to pick from, so they can put whatever. So for this one, because I'm going to use Bottled Happiness, this was the flowering tulips. And go watch this stamp set. I think sometimes these can be a little intimidating, because you're like, I'm not quite sure how to layer those. I'm really not quite sure how to use these dies. And I am going to use the dies on this card, just to show you they're not scary. They're super easy. And in the class, in Card Club, I'm going to show them how to use all of the different tulip dies, so they can fold them, because they're going to get them pre-die cut. Great sentiments, but these are so super simple. And on this card, I showed them how to stamp. So if you missed this video, go back and watch it. So I'm not going to use this, but this would be the same thing. So I just took this instead because I actually didn't end up using the stamps. I just used the punch because you could stamp with this. So I chose this one, but I really just want this purple, this fun marbled. And what I love about so many of Stampin' Up's papers is that, I said it yesterday in this video. If you didn't catch this video, this paper here is the paper that's on the front of the new catalog. So it's a beautiful floral design. So a lot of our papers have what I call the other side. And this is the other side. So you have the beautiful, like here's the beautiful tulips, and then we have the other side. On this, if you flip it over, it's the beautiful flowers, it's the floral pattern, and then it's the other side. We have Halloween paper that's fun and cute and Halloween, and then it has the other side. And then we have Christmas paper, and then there's the other side. So, you know, if you don't use all your paper at Christmas time, there's the other side, so it doesn't go to waste. So this is the other side, and then this is the other side. But because I want to make sure that you notice the bottle, I don't want it to be fighting with tulips. So I love this kind of marbled, kind of Italian feel. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to keep this here. This is a super fun set. It comes with, you know, as we have so many of these now, these are lower because a lot of them are super domey. This is not really domey. Like we had the snow globe, it was super domey. We had the mason jar, it was pretty domey. We've had some that are kind of high. These are really pretty flat, so they'd be easier to mail. Of course, they're stuck together. Just trying to get one. Let me get it from this side. So grab one, but see, they're much, much flatter than a lot of them have been. And you can fill them with things. I do think that maybe there's things that you can fill them with, and we couldn't order them yet. But people keep asking me questions about, does this go with this, or what page is this on? To be honest, I still haven't really had time to look at the catalog. These are called vintage bottle shaker domes, but they're pretty flat. Can you see how flat that is? Much, much flatter than some of our things have been. But they do get the vellum, which is easy to lose because it's see-through. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this fun punch. And you know, the punch kind of determines where your things go on the card because it only goes so far. So I'm going to put it here, and then so it lines up to the edge, and that's where my bottle's going to kind of have to go. And then I'm going to save that, and I'm going to put that on the inside of the card. So that's going to go right there. And now I am going to use the tulip dies. This card's going to go together so fast. So here's some scraps. Now in Card Club, they will get a 12 by 6 because they get a half a sheet. These are scraps from, I think, my Try It from this catalog. When I did try it for that. So to make this super cute little tulip, for this one, I'm going to use this. And I kind of want to get it where it's going to get some of this pink. So I'm going to put it right here because I want my tulip to be pink. I'm just going to hand trim around it. And on this tulip, this is the side that shows. So we want this piece. And then again, I want it to be pink. And if I put it right here where this cloud is, this side's super fun. And this was on the paper that I used on my magic magnetic pull card. You can go watch that video because that I also used the other side of the paper. And then for my stem, I want to use this because obviously if they're in class, they're going to have this fun green. And it doesn't matter that they have those lines on it. It'll just give it a little bit of texture. So just trim this. And then this paper also comes, or the dies also come with like these little checkerboards, which just kind of help pull in the feel of this. So I'm just going to run these through the die cut. You don't need to see that. Okay, so here's our stem and our 2 pieces of tulip. And then we have our card here. And remember, this is kind of, I'm just making an alternate of this because there's nothing wrong at all with copying something that you see online that you like. You don't have to always come up with something on your own. So the first thing you want to do when you use these domes is take off one side. Now this, you know, vellum is see-through. And where this sticky hits, you're going to see it. But that's okay. We're going to live with it. It just kind of adds a little bit of a shadow around it. And I don't mind it at all. So pull this piece off. And then this is what will stick to this side. So pop this one up. And before you like press down on it, just kind of drop this in. And it fits perfect because that punch is designed to go perfect with this. And then just press it down. Now if you're going to fill it, we have had those little water beads. You can put sequins in it. You can put some hair gel that's blue. I mean, you have all kinds of options if you want to put something in it. We need to get our stem in here, but we need our stem to go half in, half out, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift up the other side, and this is what's going to stick it to our actual card. And you want to make sure that the green side's going, and I want it to look like it's hitting the bottom of my vase. So we'll leave it right here. And then I'm just going to stick it right here to this here. Take your snips, snip that off, and then save this because we need that to come out the top. But now we have this in here. Lay this on here and see what I mean about that little bit of a shadow. I'm okay with it. Are you okay with it? Just kind of outlines our little vase. It's good. Make sure you grab that because that's the only thing holding our thing in there. So just take your bone folder, my beautiful bone folder with the charm that I showed you, which probably means I moved it to wherever. Yep, it's over here. So if you take this and just kind of press right there, we can see where it is. That's enough sticky. That's going to hold that because it's not heavy. And then we're going to put some other things on it in a second. Now I'm just going to take this. Okay, and here's the deal. Our seal refill is on. It's not going to be in. They keep, it's supposed to come in, and I am just about out. So I have some really old snail that was way back in my cupboard. So I'm using snail right now. But the magic of matching that up, look, now it looks like that goes right through there. Isn't that fun? So it matches. Now, here's this, and I know some of you are like, I can't do these. These are way too hard for me to do. Look at how easy this is. You fold this. They have like score lines on it, so you don't even have to fold them. They just press over. So you have your tulip going up like that. Open it back up. Take this one here. And if you can see up close, if you do it on regular cardstock, then the embossing part comes through a little bit better. But on the designer series paper and on camera, I know you can't really see that. If you use regular cardstock, then you can sponge it, and that would pull up a little bit better. A little bit of seal, a little bit of seal. Well, snail. It's like going back in time. And look, you have a tulip. Now this is the tulip bud. There's different, I think there's 3 or 4, I can't remember. And then when I did it the very first time, I put them all. I made one giant, humongous tulip. So there's lots of different ways that you can do them. And once you start messing with them, it's really easy to kind of figure out how you want them to put them together. But that we're doing one simple tulip for this fun little card here. So we've got that. Now remember, in Club this month, you get the window pane ribbon. I don't have a spoolie. It's over in this. And I'm going to put it, I'm not going to do anything different. We tied it around this. I'm going to tie it around here. I don't want to cover up too much of this because that's just really cute. I like the way that and up close, it's kind of like, how'd you do that? Because believe me, I thought about cutting a hole in it. I thought about a couple of different ways to do it. But I'm going to put my knot over here so the knot's not covering up all of that. So there's just that little piece of ribbon there. That has a bow. I don't want a bow on this because, again, I don't want a lot covering it up. So all you people who don't like to tie bows, this is your card. You can always just tie a knot when you have really pretty ribbon like this. And I'm just gonna leave these tiny. Again, so it's not going over the top of my jar any more than it has to. Now here's where I'm gonna get my 2 new colors. And they're not on the paper, on this paper, but I have new dark Starry Sky and new dark Parakeet Party. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of splatter. Just because it's a tiny bit plain. So it can stand to have it. This is another, if you try to do this with anything but a bone folder, you have to whack it way too hard. A bone folder does it perfect. That just adds a little bit of artsy to it. And the nice thing about the blend, if it gets on our little dome, it's fine because it will dry. And this fun parakeet just brightens it right up. And if it gets on the ribbon, it dries. So just a little bit. And no, I'm not worried about my brand new blends. A little bit more in here. Because I have old blends, and we do this at my in-person events all the time. Nobody likes anything better than to whack my blends, because if you're frustrated, it's a great way to take out your frustrations. So if you're interested in joining Card Club, every month it's by the 10th of the month that you have to have signed up to get that month's kit. And it's by the 10th of the month that you have to make your selection if you want to add on the stamps or the bundle. So here's this. And then remember, this month embellishments, mine are looking really sad. I don't have any of the pink ones left. And I don't want to open this because I don't have any others to show you right now. So I love the polished dots. So I am going to add just kind of some rocks, like if this is sitting on a counter. So let's do 3 big and then 2 small. So these are going to look a little bit different because, you know, I had the cloud paper. And so where the clouds fall, some of it's more red than others. And this paper here, because of the other side, had places where it's darker purple and lighter purple. I think it is razzleberry on there. So here we have taken this card and used this new set. Now you could put sayings on it. If you don't want to do the tulip, you can stamp these flowers out. You can stamp this on, and that was my original intent. But then I really wanted to see if I could get that tulip to come out the top. So here's how you take this and make an alternate to that. So I don't think I finished my sentence. I do that sometimes. I get easily scrolled. If you're interested in joining Card Club, look down underneath the video and the link will be there. You can always, if you're not on my email list, I send out a couple of emails. Sometimes weeks like this, I send out more, or like retired list, or, you know, new catalog weeks. Those weeks I might send out more, but there's always a reminder. I always show you what's coming in the kit. I'll send a reminder. So you can sign up for my email list by hopping over to my website, and then there's a pop-up form there. Or you can also find the form on my Facebook page. So if you have any questions about it at all, I'd be happy to answer them. You can always message me. You can ask in the comments. You can text me. You can call me. However you need to communicate with me. Everybody have a great day. Bye.